Hey guys, Sundown Rider here. This is going to be my chapter review to My Hero Academia 166 and 167. I told you last week, or I told you on one of my previous reviews, forgotten which one it was, that I was going to do My Hero Academia or Boku no Hero Academia, the last chapter and this chapter together. Because I didn't think there was too much to talk about last chapter. And actually, upon rereading it, I liked it a little bit more than I did the first time. But yeah, I think I was right in the sense that there wasn't too much to talk about. I wasn't gonna release like a 2, 3, 5. It's like gonna be a 3 to 5 minute video on what I thought was really the most emphatic part of last chapter. So to start with this week, Super Bowl is gonna be between the Patriots and the Eagles. Somehow the Eagles, just because I said they weren't gonna make it, they did the madness last night. And they destroyed the Vikings. The Vikings had nothing on them. There was a pick six. There were like 2 passing TDs. I think there were 2 rushing TDs. I'm not sure what was happening, but these guys were going in. The Eagles were going crazy. And now, once again, it's going to be one of those things. But I think this is going to be possibly quite an easy journey for the Patriots to go to there. Is it going to be Brady and Belichick's 6th Super Bowl? So I'm just like, oh my, well, 6th Super Bowl win. So I'm just like, oh my god. But if the Eagles play like they played against the Vikings, it's going to be difficult. But I just don't see it, man. The Patriots know how to prepare. And for some reason, everyone in the league, no one coaches situational football. And that's why everyone's shit. It's not because the Patriots are so awesome or anything like that. It's because they're the only team that actually coaches smart. And I'm just like, if the other teams in the league replicated that, the league itself would be so much better. The league itself this year was a bit, but like there were new teams that were going to the playoffs once, which was good. But even then, I was like, there were a team in 0-16, man. Come on, like in this day and age, there shouldn't be an 0-16 team. I'm looking at you, Cleveland. But yeah, so let's carry on with what we're talking about. So yeah, chapter 166, the last week's chapter, was pretty good upon rereading. So I'm going to do a quick run through of the chapter now. So first, I really enjoyed the character progression for both Bakugo and Todoroki, or Shoto. This chapter showed the paths that both Bakugo and Todoroki are going to take into the future and what type of heroes they really want to become. They don't want to be... essentially, this chapter was really portraying them against Endeavor. So it also shows Endeavor at the end, like I was saying. So it shows how Endeavor is the kind of the incorrect, hate-filled and isolated path, and Endeavor embodies that. That's where that path will take you. So essentially, these chapters also to show the audience how Bakugo and Todoroki would not grow up to be Endeavor's 2.0, but heroes in their own right, and they're doing their own thing, and heroes who can inspire and lead and work in collaboration, but also people who are capable of raising the next generation, which is something where Endeavor really failed, and All Might seem to progress and seem to be head and shoulders, way above Endeavor in that sense. And we have Bakugo in that last chapter giving advice, maintaining his composure, and showing a kid who's basically Bakugo 2.0 that being that way, being so hateful and thinking you're above everyone else and overestimating your own abilities and having a lack of this lack of awareness of yourself, self-awareness, and this lack of an ability to identify your own weaknesses really puts you in a difficult and precarious situation. So you need to calm down. Is basically what Bakugo told him. So I liked that. Bakugo said, "You won't grow that way. You're not gonna get any better that way." So I really liked Bakugo's progression there, and Todoroki too. Him being more confident around the kids and really warming up to them, and then showing his flaming side as if he's proud of it. And you see Endeavor looking at this like, I need to change. You can see it in his face in that chapter. I need to change. So I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. I like this. The kids' quirks were all quite cool as well. You know, we had that tongue cannon kid. We had that binging balls kid. I thought that was just unfortunately named. And I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. That binging balls kid especially. I was like, yo, shit. My man's like shooting these balls off and then they fizzle out. But it tears away Bakugo's like little eye mask thing he's got going on. I'm not sure what you call it, but and if that hit Bakugo square in the face, I'm not too sure what would have happened, but I can guess, and it wouldn't have been pretty. So, and then we also see Kami's quirk, which was once again, it was pretty cool. It allows her to create illusions for a short amount of time, and it's pretty cool. You know, I'm just trying to see how this will go in, and people are like getting really hyped over the last chapter that we've had, this 167. over how Kami and Bakugo are interacting and saying that she's kind of like the older sister and he's a younger brother type thing, and then other people are saying that they're gonna ship like freaking Kami and Bakugo. I'm just like, okay, calm down. She's only been in a few chapters that we've actually seen Kami as herself, so let's just take it easy and see where this goes. So that was essentially what I thought of chapter 166. Like I said, not too long. But chapter 167, I like this chapter too, and there were multiple reasons. So first we have the kids reconciling with Bakugo and everyone, but the part that got me was Gangoka admitting to the laziness of his exam. And this is exactly what I was saying when I read the concept of what this mini examination arc thing was going to be. This is the exact reason I had for disliking this mini arc, if you want to call it that. And Gangoka calls it straight. He's like, oh yeah, I was just being lazy and I couldn't be bothered to really think up of anything. And that's why I was so annoyed by this arc. It just felt so lazy, so uncharacteristic of a Horikoshi. And I was like, this seems like it's just been shoehorned in and it's not really serving much of a purpose, apart from really kind of showing Bakugo and Todoroki's progression, but it's kind of making it too apparent, make it more subtle than that. You don't have to throw it in people's faces for them to understand that progression has occurred, and that's really what it seemed like. And but we do have a Gangoka really saying, oh yeah, I just kind of, I was too lazy to think up of anything else. So I was like, okay, the fact that Horikoshi put that in, I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. So then one of my favorite parts of this chapter was the proactivity of both Shiketsu, Hai, and Yue. Instead of waiting to see how things will turn out in terms of how the villains will react to the heroes and all that stuff, and how infiltrations have been going on but they've not been able to capture anyone or in the act of it or anything like that, both Shiketsu, Hai, and Yue, they've started negotiations, and they're going to increase cooperation and share information and things like that. And I was like, yes, it's about time y'all are getting together and trying to actually produce a proper hero environment. But also they're going to implement joint training sessions, which is going to be cool for their students. So essentially what this is saying is that Inasa and Kami and the other Shiketsu guy, they won't be wasted characters. They've been introduced for a reason and they're going to stay in the story. So that's always a good thing, introducing characters and then being involved with them and then investing in them as an audience, and then being told that you're going to see them again. That's something to look forward to. My favourite part though in this chapter was probably Endeavour talking to Todoroki. Now essentially he tells Todoroki that he's turning over a new leaf and now aspires to be someone that Todoroki can be proud of. So that's the key part, that someone that Todoroki himself can be proud of. He's like, I don't give a shit about anybody else. It's about who I know you would be proud of, and knowing you as my son, I'm gonna become that person. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be someone you can brag about. So someone that he's proud of. And that's really something new for Endeavour. But the fact that he tells Todoroki that he is actually proud of him, so Endeavour tells Todoroki, I'm proud of you, that's something that's going to be a real confidence booster for Todoroki, I think. And Shoto's going to be like, he's going to be really, really encouraged and motivated going forward. And you can also see the changes in Endeavour. You can see his flames look a bit more, like, it's weird to describe it as this, but the flames around him look softer. His flames look more docile. His eyes have a focused light to them rather than this hardened anger, which actually, what's his name, Yorashi, Inasa, he realizes, he's like, this is, he sees his eyes and he notices the anger he saw before and how it's different to that. It's softer, it's more focused, and it's lighter. And I was like, this is pretty good. And then we obviously have Inasa punching himself in the face, which was hilarious. Now, people were saying that he was doing this to kind of make sure he wasn't dreaming or something like that. And I was like, nah, I think it was more he did it in order to force himself to man up and see that his hatred for Endeavour had to pass. So it was in that moment where he saw Endeavour saying what he was saying, or he heard Endeavour saying what he was saying, and he saw how Endeavour was going to change or tried to change. He punched himself in the face to be like, I can't continue my hatred for this guy because he's trying to change. And just like I had to change from the last examination, so I can't keep hating this guy. So he punched himself in the face to man up and walk over to Endeavour and say, look, I like that you're trying to change. I'm rooting for you. And that's basically what he did. And Endeavour is trying to change, so Inasa can't really continue to hate Endeavour for who he was rather than who he's going to become. So now we actually go back to the kids of UA, back to Izuku and his class, and Bakugo and everyone are back, and we get this whole kind of rundown of everything that went on between Naitai's funeral and things like that. And we see Eri and her horn that's shrunken because of the cold weather and things like that, which is actually very familiar, if the dudes know what I'm talking about, but let's not focus on that. So then we actually get to something Izuku, he's continued to dive into his studies and everything like that, but he's noticed something weird. And this is where we come to Aoyama. He's either a traitor or he's in the midst of the UA. He's either a traitor in the midst of the UA students, or the more likely answer that I think it is that he's obsessed with Izuku. Now, Aoyama is he's a bit of a coward, and he's been a wasted character at this point in time. Someone who would really look up to Deku and his heroics, and from what we've heard of Deku and what he's done and what we've seen of him. So I think he's simply stalking Deku, and he's trying to become his bum chum, but he's just trying to develop his character as a hero. Who knows? But yeah, I think it's one of those two. I think he's just trying to develop himself as a hero. But if it's something more sinister, then this next arc could be something really special. I do believe that. Because a traitor within the fold is always unique to a story, because of the reactions of the other characters. So when Bakugo was initially captured, I thought he would betray his fellows, but he was stronger and more intelligent. He was stronger and more intelligent than I knew. But Aoyama is a weird case, and because ain't nobody got no idea what he's about or what he's gonna do. So yeah, that was my opinion of the chapter. So let me know what you guys thought. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the One Punch Man review I do tomorrow. So see you then.